What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So the team Lioness representing Kenya, they matched up with Uganda in the FIBA Afrobasket women's tournament that is going on in Kampala, Uganda right now. The game ended 61-53, so Kenya bagged this first win. So let's just talk about this game, because this game was just it was just a scrappy game. Well, I can say it's just a scrappy game, because when I was looking at this game, on the onset, I just saw Kenya was just, coming in, putting their foot down against the Ugandan side from the first quarter to the second quarter. And some glimpse of like a comeback was looming for the Ugandan side, especially in the third. I could see a lot of grit from the Ugandan side, but it was just short-lived. And in the fourth, the scoring barrage, especially in the fourth from the team Lioness side, just that scoring barrage just gave them the edge, and Kenya was able to come up with the win. So it was just a very, very good game to watch, because this is a prelude to how a team is supposed to be preparing for these type of tournaments. Because when you see a situation where you have a team like Kenya, the national team didn't have very good preparation. There are some reports like they mentioned there. Even given the way that they won this game, it was very scrappy. They didn't look like they won this game comfortably, because as I could look at it, even when Kenya was leading, the scores didn't tell the whole truth, because there were so many lapses on defense I saw from the Kenyan side. And the funny thing is, you could even see like in the turnovers, they're almost coming together with the Ugandan side. Uganda had 25 turnovers, Kenya had 21 turnovers, despite Kenya winning that game. And Kenya had 22 personal fouls. So this is something that is really shocking, especially for a team that has won the game. If they're able to monitor their fouls and turnovers, especially the turnovers, those key possessions are the ones that make the difference. And if you're not able to mitigate that, you will suffer against a team that has an elite defense and offense. They can really capitalize on you. And one thing I've seen a lot, especially on Kenyan teams, is they have a tendency to perform better against sides that are let's say they're just a cut above. They're not that far from average. They're just average there. They're able to whitewash them. But when they get to match up with elite teams, it just becomes a very difficult thing for the Kenyan side. And I can just see Uganda, they didn't come off that that awesome or that elite like that. I was watching that game, and maybe it's the first game, but who knows, maybe they're going to switch it up in the next. But looking at the way both teams played, both teams didn't have a very good game. Shooting wise was just abysmal. Shooting for the Kenyan side, it was 25.8% shooting from the field, and also Uganda 40.29%. So you can see, shooting wise, they were not efficient, because out of 85 shots from the Kenyan side, 22 went in. And when you look at the Ugandan side, out of 70 field goals, you can see only 17 went in. So even on the three balls, no team was able to knock down the three ball. But if you narrow it down to the last quarter, the fourth quarter, you could see Kenya was really, really aggressive in the three ball, and that was the difference that made us at least get over and win that game a bit comfortably in the fourth. Because after the lead ballooned and there was a 10-point spread, there was no way Kenya was going to drop that game. But rebounds wise, Kenya 69 rebounds to Uganda's 56. Steals, we led in 14 steals, 12 assists, and 2 blocks. So for points from turnovers, you can see Kenya were really capitalizing on the turnovers on the Ugandan side. So they had 21 points from turnovers, 13 fast break points, 21 second chance points in the paint, especially walking the ball inside. Those are 30, and these are very important, especially if you're walking the ball inside. If you have those many rebounds, that means even the second chance points, they're able to get them. 12 points in the biggest lead, and we dominated this game for 37 total minutes. So going into the box, you can see the usual suspects. You have Christina Akinyi. She came in 18 minutes, played 14 points, 46% shooting from the field. 40% from deep, especially 40% from deep was actually pretty, and it was very, very good, especially in the fourth. She came alive, especially in the fourth. A lot of players you could see going into the fourth quarter, a switch just flipped, and considering the fact that at the end of the third quarter, the game was the lead that Kenya had almost got blown, and it was actually something that was really shocking, especially looking at the way Kenya maintained that lead. But starting in the fourth, the scoring, the consistency was inevitable, especially bringing that game home for the win. Then you have Mercy Wanyama, 22 minutes played, 15 points, 54% shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from the line, and she had 5 personal fouls, and she almost finished this game with a double-double, 9 rebounds in there. Then we had Medina Okot. She had 20 rebounds. She had 16 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards. She had 20 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and she played 31 total minutes and then racked up 8 points. So she was able to work on the rebounds, get those balls up. And also Christina Kinye, she finished with a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. I know we mentioned her earlier. She actually was the main, I can say she was the difference maker, especially down the stretch. And also Melissa Kinye, she was there as well with her especially them threes. The threes weren't dropping at the first, second, and third quarter, but in the fourth, she hit 2 back-to-back threes that made that lead spread out, and Kenya was able to get that 10-point spread and eventually win the game. But a lot of players here in the roster have to step up, especially in matching up against teams like South Sudan, Egypt. Egypt is a playback for Zone 5 last year, and looking at the way Kenya look at this game, they need to make a thorough improvements, especially in the technical bench, to make sure that they have the right pieces at the right time, not just rotating the players based on the fouls. I saw a situation where when players whistle for a foul, they get yanked out. They keep putting the players, and also the depth in the squad. That's one thing that the quality and the depth, because Kenya, you can see they have a good, a solid, starting 5. But when it comes to you go deep into the other players in the bench, the same production that the guys who the starters are bringing in is supposed to be replicated from the bench. Not saying that they're supposed to be the same, but at least that quality must be consistent so that they can be able to maintain that game. But looking at this game holistically, I can say my confidence is shaking a bit. Although Kenya won, although the Team Lioness won, my confidence is shaky, because looking at the way we looked in that game, wasn't the greatest game that Kenya has played, but it was a game that they had to play in that way so that they can win that game. So at one point, I just saw you can play the game, you cannot have a good game and also win. You can have a good game and lose as well. So in this case, we didn't have a good game, but we won. So it's just time to go back to the drawing board and try to fix those things, because in this tournament, what I've seen, teams are gearing up for winning basketball. Play simple, efficient, winning basketball. Not too flashy, nothing too flashy. Getting all the players involved. That's the most important thing. So I'll just be coming in sporadically, not sporadically, but I'll just be coming in, just give my two cents and takes on this thing, because when I'm looking at these games, I just want to point out some few things that I've seen in the game, so I can be able to just shed some light on it, and you guys in the comment section can tell me what you think. But I'll just be tuning into these games on the daily right now until the qualifiers come to a close. And it's been your boy Dennis Nderitu. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts that you never miss any of these gems I'm dropping. And I'm out, man. Peace.